restoration project is on course. It remains intact. It is irreversible, and no amount of force can dampen nor quench the ingenuity and the resilience of the indomitable Biafran spirit. Broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. And forever. that will lead you home.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, as always, streaming live through Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station. Biafra Human Rights and Radio Station is actually referred to as the child of circumstance. It is powered by de facto customary government. And this very platform is being managed by Uche Okafor Mefo, Diokpa, of course. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is in Biafra land. Diokpa Uche Okafor Mefo is the man who has assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. He simply said, I will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Go and ask Chike Dozem the mindset behind that. Go and ask China Sanworu. You see, this journey has just begun. And of course, by the grace of God, I am George Onyibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Anyoma province, and Anyoma province is Biafra land. I will proceed. It's a matter of protocol to acknowledge every member of the de facto customary government, starting first of all with the father of the nation, Chief Raphael Owazurike. Is it the Onwa Buruburu one of Biafra land, or is it for Igbo land? But then he remained a man to reckon with as far as the issue of Biafra restoration is concerned. Some of these days we'll begin to enlighten our people on the true history. And then that will, I believe, make everybody to be coordinated. Alhaji Asare Dokobo is the chairperson, deputized by Rita Anebogo. And of course, you have other numerous reputable gentlemen. Uche Nawano Niche Nasibu as Umiumio, Ike Nawano Nini, Dr. Okado, Unyale, Uzurumba, Mukinkwo, in the interim parliament. Greetings to you this evening. Your presence has been an inspiration to what we are doing. And Biafrans, thank you. Biafra Nation Alliance family is a member of the Biafra de facto customary government, which is actually the embodiment of pro-Biafran group who are fighting from different angles to see the liberators. Iga Fozo Eburihu, all of them has come together. We have BMS, BNC, rather, Mozob, BIM, and so you have IPOB led by the directorate. You have different kind of IPOB you have not no idea until now. And all of them predict Nnamdi Kanu IPOB. This hasn't been said. I acknowledge every member of the Biafra nation. Okum, Mazi Chimezie, Bruno, Onyeka, Chode, Mbadike. Acknowledge all of you. Dr. Ngukinko, all of you, acknowledge all of you. Of course, this is a different terrain, an atmosphere where we are aliens. And so he called for caution. And then I go to the next stage, the indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu. One of them is immediately I log in. Somebody from Nnamdi Kanu camp has come and say, you are here giving us history. You are not going to do what we give you, Biafra. But if you do not know your past, how can you fight to defend your future? That is the problem you people have. Nnamdi Kanu knows it all. So all the zombie walking within Nnamdi Kanu, they know it all. But you people don't know what you have put yourself into. You become more threat to your people, even than the Nigerian state. It's just a matter of time. And when you look at that one, maybe it's just a jam bite. And then the Chinas and we call them, bro, take this recharge card. Don't let Judge Onyibe rest. Now we have gotten used to it. What else? A people without a history of their past can never be able to chart any course for a way forward. When you are wise, when you know history, you will know what killed your father. And you will never allow that thing to kill you. But stupid people ignore history. Nigerian took history from you. Now we are bringing it back for you. Are you not supposed to be happy? Indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu, we know your problem. We know your problem. The real people who were following Nnamdi Kanu, all of them has run into the cave. Because it's raining already, so bush will not contain them. They are in the cave already. Then those of you who don't even know anything about IPOB led by Nnamdi Kanu, you get involved in a matter bigger than you. I welcome you. I did not see enough insult. And so my pressure, my force is not enough. Come and disgrace yourself. This having been said, I must acknowledge the Creator, the one who made the heavens and the earth, the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. And as always, Ibare Jesu, Ibare u Baba, Ibare Jesu, Ibare u Baba, Ajubare u Ọmọ Ọlọ́run, ìbàrẹ̀ o bàbá, mojúbàrẹ̀ o ọmọ Ọlọ́run, ìbàrẹ̀ o bàbá. Ká tó dá ayé ẹ̀yin ti jọba, ká tó dá ọ̀run ẹ̀yin ti jọba o. Ọlọ́run bàbá, Ọlọ́run ọmọ, Ọlọ́run ẹ̀mí mímọ́ o. Chineke nke bigwe o n'imela o, ekele dịrị gị imela o. Anya n'elu ụwa m o, Chimo imela, otito dịrị gị o n'imela o. Ise. And now this having been said, our people are very eager to know the situation report, like on the platform of Nnamdi Kanu, and of course they will all boost fake. They will change the narratives, and then you will think that Nnamdi Kanu has beaten Binta Yango up, and you will think Nnamdi Kanu has arrested all the DSS. You think unknown gunmen and ESN will fall at Asurok. I understand that Barrister Ijimako was hindered from entering the courtroom, but they won't tell you that. And eventually, if he was allowed to enter, it's a humiliation. It's an insult to us. But then, how can we begin to ask of Nnamdi Kanu? You are just judging this issue from your own point of view. Let me clear you a little bit. The reason Nnamdi Kanu was not presented in court today, it's not because they took him to Niger State as his brother Emma Powerful has started dishing out propaganda. DSS has a custom. When I was arrested because of this agitation issue, I was put in one cell, and some night they go to different communities within they pushed them into the tiny place they kept me, in a room that is less than approximately 6 feet by 5 feet. We can be up to 70 at times. But do you know I'm happy? Each time they bring in plenty people, instead of me to be crying, I'm happy because the about 90 mosquito that will bite me will not divide all of them. And the place is dark. They can't see my face. I sit at the corner. And of course, we all know the game. I claim the chairman, Presido, inside DSS. With the council, shift back. They say, you know, they are JJC. And so that night, I position myself. I thank God because the 100 mosquitoes that would have descended on only me, and now I have people to share that with. And when they are telling you, take him to Kuje, so you go and rent a one-bedroom flat inside Kuje, give him Android phone and a pregnant people even from inside Kuje, and that is how you fight for your Biafra. It's unfortunate. Gradually, you are turning into Igbo. It's a lie. It is Biafra. This is not about Igbo nation, but this is about Igbo nation. This is about Ijo nation. This is about Anyoma nation. This is about Efik, Ibibio, Anam, Ijo. Everybody, Urobo Shekiri. You don't want unification again. Indigenous people of Kano, you people are just, you are living in the prison of your own creation. It's unfortunate. Like I was saying, I observed something. One boy from Abia State bought a stolen phone. And DSS tracked that phone and they arrested the boy. To make his case worse, they took him to his house to search, and they discovered that he deals on bunkering, and so double wahala for the body. And when they brought the boy to the station, they beat the hell out of that boy with cutlass, machete, and so all his body was peeled, all his skin, and so they held the boy. They start carrying out their investigation, and at the end they discovered that that boy actually bought the phone. And this should be almost a month. No, this should be maybe 7 to 9 weeks on. But the injury in that guy's body refused to heal. And I noticed they were not ready to attend to his case. Because they normally bring us out, wear us black mask, then handcuff us leg and hand and take us to where they want to interrogate us so that we can never be familiar with the environment. Until they get inside the interrogation room, they open our face. And I notice almost every week they call all of us for questioning, but they don't call that guy. And then I begin to watch, why would they leave the guy? I now discover that the injury they've inflicted on that guy is an eyesore. So they were taking time for him to heal before they release him. And then when you start telling them, they beat me in the DSS, so they beat me, they will say, where is the evidence? They must have rough-handled Nnamdi Kanu, and they are waiting for his injury to heal. This is inhuman, degrading treatment. This should be condemned by anybody, everybody, and of course, even if it's my worst enemy. The torture which has prevented them from bringing him out is not acceptable and cannot be supported by any moral man. So if they lie, let them take him to Kafanchan or heaven. But the truth is that they are trying to prevent you from seeing how much they have messed him up. Why am I bringing it? Am I here to tell you that Nigeria, you are a Jew because you love Kanu? No. Nigeria is uploading already. It's gone. It's just that we are the one delaying its emergence of the Biafra. Because I have to say this, because sometimes when I want to break my heart down, when I want to apply my wisdom to my reasoning, and I say, come to think about it, 47 youth are locked up in Delta State, including John Chukuma, who is Delta State coordinator, and 7 boys from Ebonyi State. Nnamdi Kanu was the one that set them up. Nobody asks of John Chukuma again. And those of you who are still jumping here in Biafra land, are you not ashamed? And then you from Delta State, you go to Bayelsa. I don't think we have anybody in Bayelsa locked up in prison. And then you come to River State, on 2 different prison yards in River State. You have over 170 inmates IPOB member, where is Ahoda chief? And almost 9 persons that we arrested with him. Have you people visited them? When last? They do call me from the prison. IPOB abandoned him there. And then when you go to Cross River State, about 9 of them, where is the head of ESM, Cross River State of IPOB? The guy is still in the prison. All of you abandoned them. Those of you indigenous people of Onande Kano, I'm talking to all of you. Gangster called you, it's all of you. You are covering all these things. Hold on, I'm coming. And then you go to Akwa Ibom. Do you know that over 70 Akwa Ibom mines are locked up? And IPOB have abandoned them. Before? You just come make rally round. How many do you have in about over 70? But these people, is their life less meaningful? Is their life less meaningful to that of Nnamdi Kanu? Where is Basil? And so I will not deceive myself to tell you we no go grill. Go back to my Facebook. Search deep in 2015. You will see I issued press communique in different newspaper stands across the globe. They are there. And that was when they were trying to take procedure through Sharia law. We campaigned. But who are they campaigning for? Who? Is it not the same life all of us have? But then, the case of Nnamdi Kanu is two-faced, and I will continue to reiterate that fact. Nnamdi Kanu, in one way, is fighting for Biafra. And anything they do to him on that platform, they do it to all Biafrans. And so Nigeria should not rejoice that much because we refuse to yield to tyranny. We refuse to yield under intimidation. We refuse to allow anybody to build a prison and cage us. Never again. Not this generation of Biafra. Look at how we have been messed up. Our time is winding up. And the next generation has a lot to do. And so, at the end of the day, Nnamdi Kanu life is not in any way better than the life of all those people he has killed. Have you asked about Akwara's wife? And these are people who want to be in the same country with me. The person is really mad. And then the other face of Nnamdi Kanu trial, he has to go and defend it. That is his business. Because he did not listen to anybody. He's the Alpha and Omega, all knowing in Nnamdi Kanu. And now you see, double wahala for dead body. But then, without sentiment, we continue to hit on the truth until all of you understand what is really happening. Until all of you make this truth as part of your beating heart. Kirone. And so, at the end of the day, you go back and listen to what is happening. You people are trying to ginger. Hey, we are formidable. Hey. Do you know that this case today, that over 100 IPOB members has been arrested? Some now, the ones from Ebonyi State, they were arrested in Lokoja or is it Gwangwalada? So, indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu go and begin to look for them. Many more. The woman who granted interview, she was arrested also, alongside with almost 7 or 9 persons. But do you know how many people that were hijacked on the road? Because you have sense. And nobody will fight you because your comrades are running already. But if you understand, do not be careless with your life. There is one truth, very complicated truth. A brave soldier is the one that go to war and come back, not the one that die in the war front. And then sometimes if I discuss that topic with people, I say, if this be the case, that means maybe when we just hear the gunshot, we go and hide the side sock away. And then when the war finish, we now carry gun as if we are the ones who fought it. They now decorate us with medal. May God forgive all of us. Eventually, we are living in the prison of our creation, and we blame people for all that. They are saying you want Biafra. Thank God that Biafra didn't come. It's not yet here through the hand of Nnamdi Kanu, through IPOB, because you people would have seen the difference between Charles Taylor and his counterpart, Samuel Doe. You won't understand. Because there is a lot of power brokers who are waiting for Biafran emergence. Without the customary government of Biafra, you don't know what is coming. Of course, we are the shock absorber trying to manage the situation. And so that having been said, the people of Biafra, you have to be guided. We do not have issue with any of you. We just want to say the truth, irrespective of who else is God. And we will continue doing that. And now the Kano has lost his way. Let's go back there a little bit. Did you notice his barrister Ejiofor has added weight? We will get there later on. Did you notice he has lost his voice? Yes, I will tell Biafrans. The only thing I can tell Biafrans now is that he will be released sooner than expected. He will be released. The thing I can ask them to do now is go and pray. Does lawyers now discuss issue of religion? I mean, issue of prayer. Juju? Does Federal High Court discuss such matter? And so, what is the duty of the customary courts? Look at what a pastor is telling you. It's just like African politicians and pastors and every millionaires. When they have money, they build church. They don't build industry. This one now is telling you, they are the people condemning church. Oh. Jesus Christ is sinful. Holy Mary is sinful. Now they are asking you to pray. Barrister Ejiofor, please, who do we pray to? Arabanko Ministry of Nnamdi Kanu? Or the St. Bottle or Ankai of George Onyibe? You people should stop deceiving yourself. Which one are you going to pray? Do they pray to build America? Was it prayer that made China to get to where they are today? Was it prayer that made China to be standing among nations of wealth? Are you telling me that some German men pray to be where they are today? My friend, pack your motor. You can't deceive us. They are still in 150 days prayer. Yahoo. Let us respect ourselves. You see, you constantly threaten, we will kill you, and now you are pushing it to Ijele, holy master prophet of Nnamdi Kanu in-law. You are directing it to the Buhari you kill, it will come for you because he has resurrected. Look at them. Somebody is coming here and say, hey, you are coming to tell history because you are lost already. And when you miss your way, my people will say, Onyejo, Ajuju, Makozo. Oh, me feel so. Onyejo, Ajuju, and now you understand. We will continue to review this truth. The greatest weapon that has brought Nigeria to where it is that the moment you say truth about Nigeria, that is the end of Nigeria. How can we be doing the same thing to ourselves? Go to our topic this evening. Those of you who have ear, this is the time for you to begin to use your wisdom. We must liberate our people from this evil enclave. And God is our witness. Why did you not carry Biafran flag? Because they didn't see anyone in Federal High Court. You for no say head in a part of body. It's unfortunate. Already Nnamdi Kanu has given you an order. Don't carry flag, keep up the bracelet, don't touch anything like Biafra. He has given you that order. It's unfortunate. Those of you indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu, just go and look at Ekene Road. Down to Gwangwalada, begin to enter those communities now. Because some misguided brethren who are only on WhatsApp, there is no radio. They don't know what is happening. Our topic this evening is initiating the colonial strategy to our advantage. Initiating the colonial strategy to our advantage. People keep wondering, how few men less than 500 could conquer a whole West Africa. Men that are less than 500, even 1,000, conquered us, ruled us. They use pattern. They observe. People learn. They go back to history and they check. And then they improvise. They get ready. Do you think that the first European or Portuguese or France that placed their foot in Africa to colonize Africa, or do you think it was on a platter of gold? Do you think it was on a platter of gold? You never heard about the history of Shaka the Zulu. You have not heard about it. Shaka the Zulu defended the territory of South Africa you see today. Have you heard about Haile Selassie, the only African country that cannot be conquered by any imperialist? Have you heard about them? Of course, of Ethiopia. And so it was not that very easy. The British, the colonial masters, at every given point or at particular at interval, they run short of resources. And so this colonial master decided to introduce new strategies. And that strategy is what they are still using to undermine us today and destroy everything about us. And if we truly know this is the method they are using to undermine us, then it is important, it is expected that we now begin to improvise. And then that trick will come to nothing. And so, it is important we understand these strategies through which the colonial master used in colonizing the world. Now, first of all, we look at the British government. When Frederick Lugard came here, in fact, the Queen of England and those responsible for colonization of Africa, Nigeria, could not meet up because the distance between Lagos and Lokoja or Sokoto, from Lagos to River State, it was not easy for them, most especially when they don't have enough tide road. And so they were spending huge amount of money for administration and other logistics that are required. And then the British government said, we're going to introduce a pattern. This pattern, we will sit back. We will create officers. We will now tell these officers to rule the people through the chiefs. And then the chiefs, at the end of the day, they have delegated authorities, of course, on a descending order. You have different groups within a community. They are the cabinet that makes up the body of authority for those community. And now the British pick some of our brothers from among us and make them officers. That is how they gave birth to the likes of Awolowo, to the likes of Yakubu Gowon, to the likes of Chukwemeka Dimegu Ojukwu, to the likes of Ogundipe, to the likes of Agunyorosi, the likes of Chukwumanzogo. That is how they pick all these young, brilliant men, took them and trained them in sport. You never knew they are serious sportmen, all of them. And when they were ready, having been properly indoctrinated, they brought them back. And so these military officers has to rule the country through the traditional rulers, the monarchs. And the British government, on the other hand, have to rule Nigeria through those appointed ministers. Now you get the point. And they call it indirect rule. Indirect rule. Till today, indirect rule has not ended. Most of you should begin to ask questions. With the level of intellectual property, capability, or capacity of an Igbo man who may be considered as having a low IQ, there is no Hausa Fulani alive that can match with that guy. Bring one of the most very low IQ the lowest IQ in Biafra land from Biafra will stand against any other body in any exam hall. But yet, we end up riding Okada. We end up riding Keke na Pepe. Is that what will make us to become forward? Can they really win us? Can they really conquer us? There is indirect rule existing. So when you call on them and say this, Britain will phone them. Don't listen to them. We know what to do. They sanction all of us. So today, do not think it is the Fulani headsmen. They are the one who put us here. Britain still has their Lord. They still have their House of Lord in Nigeria here. And they still have their House of Common in Nigeria here. And indirectly, they use them to rule us. That is why you see, you cannot threaten the Janjaweed according to Nnamdi Kanu. Because they have backup. And with that, it is almost impossible to catch Britain red-handed for what they are doing to our people. But Britain, of course, at this moment should understand that they will gain more by allowing Nigeria to divide now. They will gain more. I wish they can see that. But they will. It's just a matter of time. And so today, there are a lot of people ruling you indirectly. These are the things Darlington saw. These are the things Efe saw. These are the things freedom fighters saw. Faith Ogala. These are the things they saw. They now start speaking up. Because you are being bamboozled indirectly. And you can't see it. Look at how for all the barristers. Look at how they are stage managing us. All of you, look at how they are stage managing you. The next thing I begin to hear, our legal bill is rising. You people have to pay. And when you finish paying, I beg you collect your receipt. Because when Biafra come, if you don't bring your receipt, Utimpu. In the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, we are not in a hurry to speak, but we are observing. If the Nigerian state undermines his position, we will respond. Of course, that is what the de facto government will do. But if they engage his matter through the preamble of law, and then so be it. So we are not in a hurry. That is why the Bible says, be fast to listen and slow to speak. All the prophets are prophesying every prophecy. How far they have run back. Very soon now they will tell you Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in Yugoslavia. Look at how they are deceiving. Nigerians are deceiving us. And we are helping Nigeria to deceive ourselves. It's unfortunate. And then the French, for instance, could not, or rather see more reason to use the same method of the British colonial masters. And so they introduced their own pattern. They told the black they have conquered some part of Cameroon among others. And they said, now we want you to become part of us. We want you to speak our language. We want you to behave like us even though you are black. And automatically, if you can speak French, you become one of us. They call it a policy of association and assimilation. And then they Francophone. But that bargain for giving that equal right with a French citizen, is it obtainable anywhere? And the people were happy. Oh, I like the way you both speak. Let's speak like them, and then we can go to their country and feel like a king coming to America. Eddie Murphy. They catch us more. Today, in the system of Nigeria, you are still seeing it, association and assimilation. The Fulanis are using the same strategy. Come to us, we'll take care of you. Forget about these people looking for Biafra. They are jobless people. One way or the other. I think you will be more aggressive than you are now. You will be more determined than you are now. You will be more focused than you are now. Look at people who are supposedly fighting for freedom. Look at them. You want us to tell you lie? We now wear bell and be ringing baga, doing talent display. Have you people lost your mind? Don't worry, you will get used to it. And of course, the Portuguese, when they colonized North America, South America, they want to introduce the same indirect rule. But the difference is that they softened that of Americans they colonized. But it didn't last long. All this strategy is what they are using against us as a people. And what effort have we made to save ourselves? We are the one that is even adding more bars to our prison, which was created out of fear. In conclusion, we need to look at the way forward. The way forward is to understand what they represent and then begin to checkmate them, because they will never change. And soon, it will all leave us behind to begin to initiate this process. If we really want to put an end to all these things that are happening to us, considering the kind of policy that is being used to control us through our subconscious mind, we create a gallows that will hang us through our subconscious mind. Because we don't look at history, we don't know history, we become the instrument of our undoing. We must begin to forge a way to stop the indiscriminate killing of our people. It is being done indirectly. We must stop them. We must move ahead to begin to discuss issue regarding the deceptive constitution. And that is why I say every pro-Biafran group, stand your ground. But do not let that your ground cause confusion for any other person. Let's just digress a little bit. When you look at the issue of Biafra, and if you see anybody saying it's Biafra, kill them. When I joined Biafra Human Rights Radio and Freedom Radio Station, and then I made a post, Radio Biafra Extra. Now they cannot jump up and down. Nobody should use Biafra. If you use Biafra, if I tell you, say thunder go fire you, it looks like it's hatred. They are still on my wall. And so if I did not resist him, he will ban people from using Biafra land. So he's the owner of Biafra now. Abataike. It's unfortunate. We must make sure that this issue of constitution is addressed. Meaners who are fighting to bring down the constitution, do not relent. We begin to hit from all angles. You never know where the Lord is waiting for us. But just like the 10th virgin, we must not be found wanting when the master shall come, because he's going to come. Number 3. They have desperately hijacked the government of the day. And what do? We have to improvise. They have to improvise. They host the government. They know people are monitoring to observe what is happening. But I tell you, all of you they kidnap. That is the end of your journey. I just told you. The ones that went from Ebonyi State in their commuter bus, they were arrested in Lokoja. Let me check the correct location before I lie. Before I give wrong information. Because they are our brothers. Their life is as value. It has value as that of Nnamdi Kanu. It has value. But it has to be Lokoja. He said the scores. It has to be in Lokoja or Gwangwalada. They are between these two places. So welfare department, if you still have, go and look for them. The people of Biafra must understand there is no need for you to allow people to be deceiving you in the name of Biafra. How many years you are still on the same point? They rewind us now back to 2015. What we have passed before. Number 4, there is need for us to redefine our stand and position in this whole issue. It is important we begin to redefine our stand. What are we actually looking for? Is it Ijaw nation? Is it Abo nation? Is it Biafra nation? Is it Urobo nation? Is it Akwa Ibom nation? Is it Ugebu nation? Is it Igala nation? Is it Idoma nation? What exactly? And who are we? Let's stop deceiving ourselves. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. Let us put on our thinking cap. Look for a reasonable pro-Biafran group. Join. Let us, in our own front, fight against this government of tyranny for the overall interest of our people. At least engaging the global community as well as Nigeria through the preamble of the law. Is this too hard for us to do? If you like, fight war. Burn Nigeria down. I tell you, if at the end of it, we must come to negotiation. If you like, curse everybody around the world. My brother, there must be negotiation. A tree cannot be rest. If you like, curse all the governor. If I you are evil. Chibuike, Amechi, you are evil. Who are that governor? If I you are evil. Curse all of them. My guy, you will understand that these people can play great role, but they need support. But then I do not support them. I'm not patronizing them. Let them take the step, and then they will understand we are behind them. And of course, Mazi Chinda, I still acknowledge you this evening for taking that bold step. Nothing we want other than disintegration. Let everybody go his own way. And anybody that is not on that platform is not the true patriot of his people. But who knows what they will do to change that tomorrow. But we will give our voice to him. If we abandon them in their trying moment, you will see nobody will come up again. Look at the agitation. It's not growing any longer. Everybody has become watchmen. They just sit back and they are watching. Because we have seen a lot of things. We have abominable art. And that is why the Bible says, when you see the abomination of dissolution, spoken by the prophet Daniel, sitting on the holy place, those of you who are around should watch very well. Before us, you see abomination happening in the name of Biafra agitation. And to you, somewhere along the line, you want to restore Nnamdi Kanu, on top of whose head? And then you crucify your conscience and lose your ability to say the truth. You see, it's very effective to manage lies. You have an issue then. And this having been said, we will go to 070 815 456 42. For the last time, the WhatsApp line is 070 815 456 42. And then our direct line is 081 221 529 71. 081 221 529 71. And of course, if you cannot access this line, and you have access to my private media platform, it could be WhatsApp or any other, you are free to call in. We must focus. We must not add further bar to the prison we have built for ourselves already, because a lot is at stake. I'll be back in a minute.
United Nations declare them wanted because they want to kill us, they want to wipe us, they want to finish us. Hey, Abbas, they are the one, the Boko Harams, they are the one. Please declare them wanted. They are the liars, they are the cheats, thieves, and the criminals. Buhari, you are the one. Boko Haram, we know you. Israel, you are there. Support United Nations to declare them wanted. They want to Islamize us. They want to kill us all. They are the one, Boko Haram. They can't stop Biafra. They are the baboons and the monkeys. The people that just side, they are liars. They are the baboons and the monkeys. They want to kill us, no way. Biafra must stand. There's no going back, 'cause we are the will of God. Hey. Abbas, Abbas, you need a gun, you need a weapon, you need a worship. Muhammad Buhari, you are the one, you are very bad, we know you. You need a gun, you need a weapon, you need a worship. Muhammad Buhari, what is your mind? Oh, Abbas, you grab your mind, Abbas, you grab your mind, Abbas, you grab your mind, Abbas, you grab your mind. Soldiers in the zoo, think very well, reason very fast. Come and join us now. Biafra is very real. Navy in the zoo, police in the zoo. Come and join us now. Biafra is very real. They want to Islamize. Come and join the Biafra now. Come and join a better place. Mohammed Buhari, you are the failure to Nigeria. Mohammed Buhari, you are the Boko Haram, we know.
Yes, of course, I am joined.
I can hear you. Yes, good evening from here.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please. The world is listening.
Sir,
Go ahead, please. The world is listening.
okay, sir. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, everyone sending on your time zone. I greet all the lovers of freedom all over the world. And Dr. Onyibe, I greet you, sir. Thank you for the good work you are doing for us. I don't have much to say this night, but I just want to comment on certain things you just mentioned and some of the things I observed today. I really came to find out that because something that caught my attention when he made mention of the Jim Ifeanyi Ejiofor, or what they call him, is getting fat. I was looking at this man when they were trying to do stage manage the press release. Do you know that this man has started robbing jail? And all his jaws were swollen. He just realized flexing the money that they have made from the head blood of RPUB. Then the other black one, he was unable to utter a word. He could not know what to say. Because at the beginning of the court session, they were refused to enter the room, the courtroom. So finally, they managed to enter in. Now, my brother has announced that the reason he did not come is because he has been transferred to Niger. But the lawyers, the legal practitioners that is handling a case, did know that the person they are coming to stand in for in the court is not coming. And they did not know that he's not even around. And they forgot that it's not up to a week. Both of them has come to speak with both sides of their mouth. The other one saying that he's down and the other one is saying that he's well. And before they go to court today, Ifeanyi Ejiofor has prophesied that God told him that Nnamdi Kanu will come out as quick as soon as more than expected. Meaning that now he is going spiritual. He doesn't even know what to say as regard to law again to assure.
They know our people are religious people. We are religious minded people. So when they finish deceiving us, they now put God. Very soon you will see Barrister Ejiofor will turn to a pastor. The moment people start telling you, you have to pray, you have to pray. No, they don't want to help you. Either they cannot help you. Maybe they are responsible for your problem. Did Nicholas Tesla pray before he made the electric bulb? Did Harrison Ford pray to develop the automobile? Did the Wright brothers to build an aeroplane? Well, why are we deceiving ourselves? Prayer should be just a moment of solemn fellowship with your Creator, and it has to be something of her. And now a learned man, supposedly, he say, "Let us go and begin to pray." Do you think representative, you do not know how much millions they are going to reap from Biafra? Most of them are Okada rider like me, Keken and Pepe rider like me. And then when we thought, they say we will kill you. I was telling Nnamdi Kanu, this thing you people are doing, the word we hear it too. They say they will kill me. They say they will bury me. They start walking towards it. And I told them, see, any name you call me, I will answer. Whatever you want to do to me, I will wait for you. But I will make sure after me, you won't do it to another person. I do not challenge people. I do not threaten people. Let your shadow cast upon mine. You will understand that in vain your bango cast, who is charm circle at my feet. Go ahead and sorry for interrupting.
No problem. Do you know that I observed that I was ashamed of myself of undermining that I was not in Abuja with them. But those that we are there taking what they call it, taking picture and video, and did they even observe anything? Do you know that these people were confused? They didn't know what to tell those people that we are waiting for them as I thought. Ejiofor started blabbling, saying one country. When they called Ejimako, he was just laughing like in the side. He didn't know what to say. Do you know that if not because of one of the lawyers there that made it open that they could not even see their client today, Ejiofor and Ejimako were not ready to tell them before that they did not see Nnamdi Kanu in the court. They would have used something to cover it up. So when that person was angry and made mention of it that they could not even see their client in the court today, that he was shouting it to that young lawyer that he's not even sure that their client is still alive. That they are not sure that he's still alive, otherwise what will make him not to be seen in the court today. And the excuses the Nigerian government gives is not reasonable enough. What do they mean by his logistic? And the logistic is that they did not see a car, a motor to bring him to the court. So that segment passed. I was still looking at these people. They stayed there and they did not say any reasonable thing. It just do like this. And I started observing this thing right from since last year. When this legal practitioner now turned to a Sunday school teacher or something of that, every day he will come and post one kind preaching or the other. He just followed their devotional book. Every day he will write for that devotion for that day and post. I was like, is this not the lawyer or what? Is this thing that will give us what we are looking at for? Instead of this person to be telling his client the right thing to be saying and the right thing to be doing. And is this thing, all of them gradually is shifting to becoming a pastor, prophesying. That won't come to pass. Do you know that his in-law is on doing incantation against Ijele? He is the one that said that he killed Buhari, and today Buhari resurrected and hold his in-law hostage. He did not want to think about that, but he is on the edge doing incantation, and to call you yourself a man of God, doing incantation against another person's son and another person's husband, the way you want him, he will be killed, that is this and that. Do they think that they have monopoly of killing? So you and your in-law has been killing our youth, killing our children, and you are not a man like you. You have the inventory and the audacity to come and stand on the air, calling on somebody else that he must die. So you think that person fall from heaven, or that person they were breaking firewood, that person fall out, that he has nobody that will come after you people as well. All these things they are doing, do they know what they are gathering and keeping for themselves when time jungle matures? The same way I saw those that said they were in abroad. I saw a lady, freedom fighter, or what they call her, wearing a bangle on her ear. And you say you are going to march for the release of somebody that is in detention. And it's a place of going to showcase yourself and do some gymnastics for people to see. With up to 3 weeks, she feasts on her head, thinking that is so spectacular and I saw another one. That one arranging, whether he call himself Biafran child and Machineke, he arranged 3 of his children and wore them customized T-shirt with the head of
Nnamdi Kanu. And then they put us in halfway, yeah. And then they will be designing their children. I think it was a malt bottle that brought his son. Come and see my junior, my son, very, very formidable. Bring her without letting great Biafra. And then he bring him Pekin. People don't have conscience. We are here. Put our blood in this thing. Put our life in this thing. We saw the evil of Nnamdi Kanu and his counterpart. And there's somewhere along the line there we want us to keep quiet. Do not allow us to vote for Nigeria. Using us, and those on ground here can't reason. You can't walk again. You can't walk freely. Most of you can't associate with your family because of Nnamdi Kanu. And you people are there showing us Facebook swagger. Don't worry, I can use up a billion worker. Of course, if you don't repent, that will be your fate. Sorry, my sister.
And don't just bother because all of we are. Do you know that I was just following them up? Even that lady that was running her mouth like a tap, the police guy was talking in low voice, talking to them before to leave that place. First of all, they told them to stop singing. And then we are there. They didn't know. If they were observant, they would have noticed that police guy is calling his men to come and run them up. But then we are there. They didn't know when all the helios came and they started picking them. Those that could escape now ran away. She was arrested with other men there. All these things, and the one using his children to do swagger, raising hand as if you are doing man show. Then all your children wear clothes, customized clothes you wear. So is that thing that we bring them, they come out of the dungeon? Then they said not to sit back to think and reason. Why is it that this person is not brought to court today? What are we going to do to make sure that the needful should be done? I'm telling you, these people, there's another one. I saw a video made by Mayo Chris. He really told what is going on in DOS today. He said that DOS is divided into two. One part belongs to Nenayanya, the other part belongs to Chinasamoro. And they are using Ikenga to do the evil work that Daletin has been used. When they will do all these things finish, then they will now be dumped. So all these things put together, I don't know how they reason. I don't know how they see it. I think they're supposed to go back and strategize to do what they will do to themselves. All those things are going on there. Some of their members are busy coming to rob at the market. And they have not seen the one that happened in Enugu, say that the one they robbed before and everything has been recovered. I'm short, I'm dumbfounded. I don't know what to say again. I just want to thank you, sir. Continue doing your good work. Continue keeping on and keeping on. We go nowhere. God will see us through. And we will do things the right way. We continue to be saying the truth. And nothing will happen to us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Of course, when we call your name, when I say this is a Biafra, you should understand that it's not a joke. Our people are not reasoning anymore. I do not mean to disrespect you, but sometimes we need to ask ourselves certain questions. All of us have tried. All of us has been wounded. It is time for us to heal ourselves. But let's look at something. The generation of 1967 to 1970, 3 years. In 3 years, they managed their financial institution. And I think Dim Chukwemeko Dimegu Juku has, is it 25 cabinet member? Only 25 cabinet member. They printed their currency. They run an official nation for 3 years. And so many others. That generation, I do not know who made them, if it's the same person. Caller on the line, can you hear me?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Your name and where are you calling from?
I'm from Port Harcourt. My name is Bright Ferry.
Go ahead, please.
I'm from Abia State. Hofia.
Ndewo.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
I'm talking about something about Nande Tana. As a Biafra man. Okay. So what I'm talking about, the man, the president, the man there now is no good. Let us have something issue to help and to make them scared, to succumb. It's no good. So we're talking about our children, our people. So we can join hands together, make freedom on our side, live about Nigeria. The thing we are doing is not properly good. It's no good, sir. I'm begging. Because if you know do in the right time, this kind of water or this kind of river will cover us. Since our children they are suffering. Even if there is issue, let us forgive the man. The situation we're in now is no good. Please. Let us live about someone, this one come and call, this one tell her, this one talk about institution is no good. Let us have determined, do something. It's no good. Please, I beg.
Thank you very much. Your request is being
Let us
considered.
not let us leave about this one to come and share in one situation. That is not pure. Leave apart.
I'm happy you know the truth. I'm happy
Please,
you know the
I
truth.
beg. You know what in Nigeria? Nigeria they find us very serious problem. These are our people. We need to grow our children. Our children they are begging, they are crying. So those things is not good. We hear this one, it's no good. We not do like this, it's no good, please. I beg.
Yes, I think I lost that caller. It's as a result of exhausted network. But then, my brother, you actually said the right thing, the way it should be. And you are a human being. I thank God that there are people who are not member of Biafra Nation who are still human beings. I thank you for your contribution. But there are certain issues that if you ignore it, we will suffer for it later. Now, everybody want to say, we no go agree, oh, we no go agree. You must release it and the canon, you no go agree. What about other people's children he has ignored? Over 4 years, a lot of them are locked up in different dungeons. Nobody asking for of them again. Go to Calabar, Cross River State and tell them Biafra. In fact, that place almost shut down. Because the few people who came out, they are now in detention. Nobody have asked of them again. What about Chief? Ahoda Chief? Have you people not abandoned him? And then that time, Darlington and all of them were already Biafra, castigating me, castigating Uchemefo. That was the way to go. They are saboteur. They are saboteur. If you do not know that it is the saboteur made by Nnamdi Kanu will restore Biafra at this moment, then you have an issue. They have just rewinded us back to 2015. This is what Nigeria has done. They have sent us back in our own career because of Nnamdi Kanu. We should begin to compare ourselves with people who have something to offer, not people who don't have anything to offer. And then the Bible says things that can build, things that are pure, things that are holy. On these things, meditate on them. We will get there. Biafra must come. But we must call a spade a spade. Are you not surprised that since IPOB begin to have unstable idea that Fulani S-men are not killing people again? That should not tell you something. My brother, I understand. I feel your pain. And honestly, when it comes to the issue of the truth, we will not spare anything. He says, hey, jealousy, jealousy. What will I jealous him for? What will that be? You people, we are not ashamed of ourselves. The generation of 1960, it is their legacy which most of them left behind. Their legacy. That is the only thing that gives us moral standing to speak about Biafra the way we do. Can you do that? Doesn't that count as a legacy? Unknown gunmen, ESN. United terrorists, confirmed. And Nigeria is just saving the real Koboko for the last time. They are just watching to see what you people have. And then they will come up. Our sister who just called talked about Barrister Aloy Jimako. Honestly, they are all brilliant lawyers. Barrister Aloy Jimako is an international lawyer. He read international law. I think in America. And he know what is obtainable. But they know they are all lying to the people of Biafra. And so everybody is very careful. Because his first broadcast contradicted what Ejiofor said. And this issue, they will harbor grudges for themselves in their mind. They won't say. And so sometimes, if you cannot beat them, you join them. That is he's just perceiving. Because any lie they will tell the people of Biafra, we will know at the end. And of course, the lines are still open. If you are just joining us, it is simple. We must learn to initiate that strategy of colonial master to save ourselves. I won't give you the open details on how it should be because Nigerians are listening. But just find out how they were able to control our place, and after a while, Lugard amalgamated the northern and the southern protectorate, and then they created Nigeria. That same pattern, if we improvise, if we initiate that strategy, you will see we can checkmate them on all fronts. And very soon you begin to see everybody shouting, Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. But now, even our academics and intellectuals, most of them that brought out their experience and knowledge to add this, their wealth, into this struggle, he calls them intellectual. And so, is that what will give us Biafra? Intellectuals. And then on our laugh, holy, 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 Inandekano is another failure. It's unfortunate. You people will know the truth, and you will follow up that truth. You will follow up that truth. Caller WhatsApp, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Let me take voice. Hello?
Good evening from here. Your name and where are you calling
Okay.
from? Go ahead, please.
Okay, Mazi, I greet you so much. My name is Frank Obidike, and I'm calling from Italy, Palermo.
The formidable brother.
Thank you. Okay, I thank you this evening for because every day, bro, you bring out, the really summary, really, and this is we get lost in everything we are doing, and before we get ourselves, we have to lose ourselves in the same way they tie us. You understand? Because if you want to lose any rope now or any rope they tie now, you must lose that rope the way they tie it. If you go on that side, unless you want to cut it, you understand? So I thank you for your strength and for your lecture you are giving to our people. Just keep it on speaking the truth. I understand that you have no interest of you don't have any other interest except Biafra. And you love every Biafran person, and you love the life of every Biafra person. Because for me, the Biafra I know is a person first. So the Biafra I know is person first, is the people, then before I can talk of the land. So, and when I respect these people, then I can be able to respect the land, which is the nation we are looking for. And when I can be able to preserve these people, which I want to give the Biafra, I can be able to preserve this land which we are looking for. So to make this word short, everybody, the listening, they come to attack you, they should be minded that you are not speaking like this some years ago. But that's brought a time has brought you to speak this word. So they should just listen to it and pick good things from it. And anybody that is doing something that is not asking question, that person should try to ask a question. You should try to ask a question. And most of us, we have been into IPOP for many years. We don't know what is going on there. Shouldn't we tell ourselves the truth? Now, we are not talking about to restore Biafra anymore. We are talking about to liberate Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, I would like Nigerian government to liberate him because I know that this Nigerian government, they kill us even though when we are innocent. But that should not make me to say that he's doing well. Nnamdi Kanu, he has not doing anything for us because he has never told us anything truth. And we should not hide it. We should not hide it. We should tell the people the truth. So, and whenever you tell somebody the truth, if that person want to take it, he take it. If they don't want to take it, he should leave it. A lawyer come out and tell you to pray to bring anything you have. If you have anything of all, you bring your four. If you have this, is that of all? Are they the code of the laws?
Is it the legal code? Are those the instrument of justice? But of course, they know our people will buy it. That is why Yoruba control the mind of almost 80% of the mind of our people. Go and pray, bring up for Jesus Christ, we do it. Holy Mary. Now the Holy Ghost is not doing good. Go ahead.
So, nothing I'm telling our people, my love for Biafra, I don't think that I should say that I love Biafra more than any other person, and nobody should tell me that he loves Biafra more than me. So, and all I am suggesting is what peaceful way to get this Biafra, because I love human, which is my first resources. If a human being is my first resources. So if I value this human being, I have to preserve him. I have to do everything I know to preserve him first. And when Martin Kanu started this struggle, he told us that he's not going to lose anyone's soul that was wicked. He brought the people and go and kill them. He's not going to lose anyone's soul. How many souls have been losing from since that time they arrest him to this time? So we should tell ourselves the truth. And when we tell ourselves the truth, we can go back and dictate our problem and move more forward. But if we started painting things and saying, trying to paint something to make it to look like it's good, it should not be. Things are not, don't work like that. A time of calling something a spell, you call it a spell. A time to appreciate somebody, you appreciate him. So I don't know how we are going to get Biafra. Everybody just leave this struggle for Nnamdi Kanu. And they think their own duty is only to carry flag and be on the street. No, it's not true. You can do more better than this. All these IPOP people that think that they carry flag and go to the street and stand, they can do more better than this. And they could have avoided this prison, Nnamdi Kanu. If they could have avoided this prison, we could have not been talking about freedom Nnamdi Kanu. We could have been talking about Biafran restoration at this time. So, Mazi, I thank you very much. Keep on doing your job and God bless you, bro.
Thank you. We are together in this. But of course, the truth cannot be overemphasized. Let us sit back. What have we achieved all these years? But then think again. Ojuku in 3 years. Dim Chukwemeka Ojuku in 3 years. With a cabinet of 25 members. They made a nation. They printed currency. The invention took place. Technologically, they improved. Without the conspiracy against them. Dubai cannot even compare with Biafra land. Just one man with a 25-member cabinet. And then look at it. I command 2 million people. Any one of you I want to die, I will kill you now. And that is what boosts your ego. It's unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate, I should say. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line. Can you hear me? Go ahead, please.
I work for my own.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, sir.
Go ahead, please. Good evening from here.
Can you see, for this situation now,
Yes.
about something about Biafra and about our brother, Nnamdi Kanu. The situation now, let us forget about what happened or what did not happen. Because this situation now, if we will not take time now, it will be bigger than us. Because this situation now is very serious. Because this situation now, it needs us to gather heads together and know what to do. Because this thing is a freedom fighter. Freedom fighter. No matter that, let us take it. Is a one person who don't commit. He commit about for all in people. Just take it like that. Because this kind of situation now is about Biafra people. We hear. But I wonder why. I wonder why Biafra people will not open eyes. This kind of thing is that it happen for Hausa man. Hausa man cannot even sleep. They go make sure that this kind of case because the kids. Why to us? Let us live about something like the say we are small children. We are not. We are mature. We are people like this for this world now. If you want count us, if you count us like 10 people, they could still bring mature. And if you bring the brain now, you go do it. You go just bring the brain, you make it become something. So let us do brain and gather head together. We know what we can do. We know what we can solve for this kind of situation. Let us live about this. Me, I am Biafra boy. I want for Biafra. I want to confirm for Biafra. Okay, here name kita say mu myself. I am ready now, because of what I am. Here name myself. It's a nice in your day. I'm Jakaka. I'm Coca-Cola for favor. Or I hate this for favor. I am a young I have seen you from because I'm done getting now. Really requiring you. Because when you have been actually carry all that carries down, but some more Biafra. But for when you come and car, what I can now is going. I love forgetting ya. You have one go. Just forgive, we forgive about that kind of thing. How for one million. That's enough. Don't we hear ndị chefuru ilu asị na ewego ya our website ka ntị ya otese ihe so asị na ewere aka ekpe ma nwata ụra ewere aka nabata ya so ihe abụrụ ihe a ga-eji abịa ekwuwe ezi adatọ nka nkọnwe nka eme nka mana ihe ndị a na-emekwa ndị a anwasef a na-emekwa ọṅara plan mana ihe anyị na-ekwu kịta na anwa na anụgokwa ya amagokwa plan ha nwa a ga-emekwa so a napụrụ anyị na-ejizi onwe anyị a na-enyezi ndị a amazi ya the secret ya anwa na-eme so ihe omego na omego.
Thank you very much.
When we forgive, let us gather head together, know what to do.
Thank you.
Because when we gather head together, all Biafra, we go gather head together. When we go, we go know what to do, and everybody brings his own solution. We can make it a good solution. Please, let us believe. I'm begging. Even me, I cry for all those things that happen. Because we need Biafra. Because me, I dare land of Biafra. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not even say I'm going anywhere. I'm in Biafra land. As far as that I be Biafra boy, I'm concerned. So let us settle all those things. Let us believe about you, this one do, this one do, this are there. Let us know what to do and gather heads together. Please.
Thank you very much. Your contribution is noted, and that is how it should be. Thank you very much. And of course, our people must understand. That is why each time I remind us for the need to be guided That is because Ejabu Kimofu Nyampiamare. Nnamdi Kanu was here, hire recruits, hire many people to destroy the image of Uchimefo. Have any of you wondered why would Nnamdi Kanu betray his brother? Or is it because Mazimefo is not saying anything? All the people he has betrayed. What happened? And then for 4 months into 2021, I was the talk of the day on Radio Biafra, London. And so people want to sacrifice me. And I say, yes, yeah, what it happened. We know. The de facto customary government are there to do the needful. Have you not read their publication regarding the issue of Nnamdi Kanu? It won't trend. Because some of you think you are dealing with saboteur, whereas you are the saboteur of your friend people. Yes, I am joined by Mbadike. Mbadaike. Is it Mbadike or Mbadike?
Mbadike, you've been saying it right, you know. Okay. Mbadike.
Yes. Mazi Obide taught me the Okpa is Okpa. And I begin to say, Nkege wa say Mbada. You know Mbada antelope.
Mbada with the antelope. Yeah.
Oh, the same. You're welcome, sir. Good evening from
here. Greeting. Greeting. Onyibe, from of New York. I've been listening to your analysis this evening. It's just that our people are too quick to forget. You know, when we started this struggle, we have a slogan that says whiter than white and whiter than snow, right? And you say if you do good, we praise you. You do bad, we shred you. And there's no forgiveness in our dictionary, right? All these things, the people have putting them aside, and everybody coming in to be a prophet or a preacher. You know, in the freedom fighting, as people always say, there's a lot of them in New York here saying the freedom fighting, you don't need a deputy. When you ask them, what is Philip Effiong to Emeka Odumeju Ojukwu during the Biafra war? They keep silent, you know, because these people never want to tell themselves the truth. And I always bring the issue of the radio, that the radio was sold under their nose, the radio was sold to Nigeria, and that radio is still broadcasting the same voice over and over and over and over. And when the issue comes up, people say, hey, let's leave that one. Did you hear from Nnamdi Kanu who said it? But all the platforms that have been broadcasting all this image, destruction of people, are people that he approved online. If he's not online, these are the people that you need to listen to. I know some coordinators here in United States that have been telling, they say, hey, he will say something about that, he will say something about that up to today. But what happens to our people that they never learn a lesson from things that happens to them in the past, you know? Because if you leave the same thing to be, continue, it will continue happening over and over and over. What is in place today, as we are witnessing it, is a sign of bad leadership. Nothing but bad leadership. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wouldn't have been in the position he is today if the key people, if it's the key people that are running this movement from get-going, when all of us invested our life and put our family issues on the side to restore Biafra, would have been gone a long way. But when selfishness and envy start coming into something that you call movement, from movement to limited liability, and some people never ask themselves, I thought IPOB is a movement, organization. How come it's a limited liability, company? These are basic things people need to ask. But when you look at these people, they tell you they have PhD, they have masters, they have this. But common analogies, they can't even figure it out. But Mazi, as you guys that are pastors and reverend, they say it's not good for, long sermons in the evening service, because a lot of people will not come the next service. I'm calling in this morning to call our people here in Americans. Matter of fact, my name is Izuchukwu Okoli, the mobilization administrator for Americans, whether in the Caribbean, in South America, North America. You can call us if you are in the right mood to save and restore the nation of Biafra. You can call this number. Only people that are serious. If you're not serious, don't bother yourself calling. Just sit on the side and start watching. And the number is 917-65419. The number again, 917-346-5419. More information can be obtained from our website. It says allbiafrans@gmail.com. allbiafrans@gmail.com. For most of you guys that want to sit on the side, but you like what is going on in Biafra, de facto government stroke BNA, you can do your charitable donation on this platform. You can go to BS67foundation@gmail.com. It's a taxable platform where you can get a 1099 towards the end of the year if you're living in North America. And also, you can go to our online at allbiafrans@gmail for people that want to use their PayPal. All those information is right there. It's a charitable donation. Nobody is levying anybody anything. So go there, support what we are doing. And we all in diaspora. Most of us want to go home. But what is happening to us is selfishness. We want somebody to go and get it for us. Then we come and claim this is where we came from. It's not much to say. Our people knows what is going on. It's just that they don't want to be sincere to themselves. They keep hiding in lies and, all sort of things. But one day, they will come out to do their confession as the other people are doing it. I will stop it for here and we'll come back another time, all right?
Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful evening from the city of New York. Thank you.
Thank you. And of course, we continue to tell our people the truth. And it is the truth that brought us here actually. And eventually, this truth must lead us home. Make no mistake about that. It is every issue here is not personal. But our people must learn. We must learn to maintain cordial relationship. We must learn to have genuine respect and regard for ourselves. Somebody say, I like you before, I don't like you again. But your like cannot do anything for me. It means nothing to me. Because these are emotional issues. We must be focused. We must be guided. When Nnamdi Kanu comes and then character assassinate everybody, you people, some of you are very happy. Is that how we're going to do in Biafra land? Even the zoo called Nigeria, according to Nnamdi Kanu, don't do that. They respect each other's opinion. Yes, I'm the warlord. This is not an empire. It takes an emperor to rule an empire. And Biafra nation, I tell you, it's not an empire. And of course, I'm joined by my daddy in the Lord. Can you hear me, sir? Mazubide?
Yes, I can hear you, my
Good
brother.
evening, sir,
My reverend, first of all. And I've been mourning here all morning, but you put a joy in my heart. I didn't think about Mbadike's name.
It's not only my own.
In the way you brought it out, Mbada Ike.
That is stubborn and
envelope, I'm telling you. Ezigbo mmadụ ga-efulu ihe a ụmụ ndị Chineke ji alụ ọlụ erigonogo nọ n'akụkụ Kennedy ya na ndụ Mgbadike.
It's a wonderful man.
Kennedy ya na ndụ eze kwesịrị ndụ Sajo ndụ fa niile ndị niile nọ na United States amaghị Kennedy Chineke na ndụ fa Uche Okonkwo nwanne m Uche nwoke Nkwọ ozuru mba my brother yafe ebido nyebela anyị aka ebe a nụwa ude egbuna m Uche Ọfọ These are men. Inegalikwanya. Masawani, our elder has been. These are people. Yeah, they stay where they are. They are not shaking. Thank you very much, my brother, for what you're doing for us. And yeah, I was so yesterday. When I left, and Dr. Kado came in and said a lot of things here, and he said it before. And that man, I don't know what to say of him, but I mean, what else can we say? If people will just put a brake a little bit, because sometimes you're speeding, you are running, you are speeding, right? Every time you are scratching up your vehicle, every time. I mean, is it not time for people to just put a little break? Just like you always say, we go nowhere. Let's think about where we moving. Where are we move. What are we? What movement are we doing? What are we doing? I am today from morning. My blood pressure has gone so high, but it's okay. I'm taking my medication because I couldn't think of what we have made ourselves. I'm not excluding myself because it's really sad. It's really sad that our people in that sort of people you think that we know better. People you think that will know better. It's even making the situation worse. Because what you see is the campaign going to Abuja, do this. It's all people in diaspora. They're still boasting. They're still running their mouth. They're still pumping. They're still pumping. I thought that by now, or by today, the 2 million ESN should have been unleashed in Abuja. So that those few DSS will quickly go and bring their masters. I mean, if that our people cannot reason no longer. You clearly said it. Prayer. Mandina born incense. Mandina sulfur. Mandina agua boma. Manta. That's how I feel, my brother. People magical religious. Waiting for that. They are burning incense. They are now they are praying. Did you see where people were in the rain? Women, mothers are rolling themselves on the ground. You think after rolling yourself on the ground, the white man is going to respect you? Or the Europeans are going to look at you and have pity? When you have not had pity on yourself, you have not told yourself the truth, you have not done what you're supposed to do. You say something about Onyibe at 20, is it 28 or 25? He was able to
26.
He was able to mobilize men, and they stood their ground against the world for 3 years, irrespective of the casualties. But the Fulanis didn't get it easy. The people that fought them, they didn't get it easy. And here today, 50 years after, we kind of want to rewind the clock to go to the time of Moses. And even Moses' time is not like this, because this is absolute foolishness. Moses was orderly. There are helpers, there are elders, there are there are women who were there. The elders were selected for particular purpose advising. Today, it was so disappointing to see people in Abuja talking about I thought our Ohanes, Chief Obioza will be there too. They all dragged them out from the house.
And what do you call it? Ubio Furniture will be there to demand from the Kano bill, deceiving our people on social media.
Today they have carelessly rendered some of the and you know what hurts me. The people they are just picking up today, they just picked up today, are people that doesn't understand what they are being, the game they are playing over them. I had one brother, Alamoka, every time he sounds very great in the radio. He was there. He was very upset because all this go to Africa, do this. Some people say they are calling to sit at home. I don't know how you're going to sit at home and get beer, right? And when they went up there, they couldn't stand. Once one Fulani pick up a gun, everybody started jumping fence. And today, hundreds of Biafrans have been given up for abduction or adoption or whatever the language they're using. And these are people that left their home today. Their families has to go through the mess because Nyanya has the money for Biafra. He's not going to give you nothing. Oyibo, whatever, had seized some of the money. Another group of people are raising, and basically the funds they are raising is to send to the lawyers to continue to drag you guys to court. To tell you, take you to court and dramatize the whole show. And unfortunately, our people, only the earl that I would say stop this, they are not doing it. They're there watching. The elected or selected group of people that will say enough of this, they are indirectly supporting it. I don't know why Abaribe is not in court today. Okay, because he should have been there readily available to bail Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, as he claimed that he will always bail him. And yet, these are the people, I have not seen any effort on their side to, first of all, including all the people in the entire Biafra land, to first of all, let this Fulani government know that the indigenous people of Biafra can never be a terrorist organization. But everybody is sitting. They are preparing for election in Anambra, of course, you know that. And so many things are happening. And the people in diaspora, the World Igbo Congress, you would think that these men are learned and these men should reason. But they want to hide behind their homes and praise somebody, support their savior. The savior is going to come and take them home. Look at the disgrace we all got today, because I'm not exclusive. The disgrace is that common presentation of the so-called Messiah, the so-called criminal. Let's put it that way, because up to tomorrow, he's still yet to answer the case. With all the so-called evidences they have gathered against him, they have once again shown us that they are working with Nnamdi Kanu. And this ludicrousness must stop. Let his lawyers go to the court. And today we heard that they have filed a motion all over the world. Every place in the world they have had. Let them go do their job if they say they are legal practitioners. Let people stop putting their lives in danger. If you want to go and watch a case, go and watch as an observer. You don't have to make noise. Go and watch the proceeding. Today, everybody is thrown down. They said logistics. They couldn't bring in and they can for logistic reason. And yet we know that he was moved out of our budget before today. It's only two things that can be happening. It's either the Fulanese are getting jittery, one, or Nandekana and his cohorts are setting up Biafrans. And I keep maintaining that we are watching. We are watching. Because he has a lot of questions to answer. Okay, the people that gave him money here for drone, that will be destroying Sokoto and everything. And once Biafra come, they paid in double. I hope you're listening. Because I know people paid him money to get drone.
Of course.
Drone became cutting off our people's penis at home. So we are yet to see what they're doing. After all this drama from Obibu to Olu, and then in Abuja, all of a sudden they didn't bring you to court after you have been renditioned, international rendition from Kenya. He has a lot of questions to answer. Like, why can I call this nonsense? For Biafrans, if you want to listen, it's up to you. If you want, you can cuss out the heaven and the earth, because that's what you know how to do. Cussing out, and you're not reasoning. You guys have become monsters. Of course, your leader is a Leviathan. So what you can do is to keep cussing out. Don't listen. And for the ones in Biafra land that don't understand the game, keep exposing yourself. Keep exposing yourself. They will keep hacking you until you ask the people down there that says that their leader question. And that's what Biafra de facto government is set to do. We are not here. We are just going to ask them questions, because if they say they are part of this contraption, they should let us know this their law they are talking about. Where are they playing it out? Where is it playing out? Because the last time I checked, Nigeria is a jungle. And no court functions in Nigeria, but rather a kangaroo court. Nothing. There's no legal system. The judge does not have to say anything. By the way, is DSS supposed to be giving the judge order, or judge is supposed to be giving the DSS order? For today, it was a court's order to bring this man to court. And DSS come and told you, the so-called DSS,
when it's an issue of national security, the DSS have the right to overrule the court. And so they will tell you it's a matter of national security.
But
they know what they are doing.
My brother, when I don't think that if you're on a high court or whatever court that has issued an order to bring this man to court, okay, unless they have seen drones that are flying on Abuja, so they moved Nnamdi away. That's the only reason. Maybe there were drones sent to bomb Abuja today and rescue Nnamdi. That's perhaps the reason. That's why the DSS moved him away from Abuja, and for logistic reasons. That's the only reason. I mean, how long will this lie end? How long will this lie end? That our people need to know better. Our people need to be in the right mind. This is not about rallying around one person saying that he is savior. And the worst part of it is that we are even making God angry. The more we take his glory away from him, the more he places us under curse and suffering. It doesn't matter what we think. There's a song we sing that time. It's not Chineke and then if I saw you talk on name. You can't question him. You can worship any evil and thinking that you can get to your destination. It's up to you. The moment you look at the snake, you'll be delivered. It's only one thing that we have to do. Or rather, my three standards is one, consistency, but amongst all these three, truth. You must raise your eyes and look at the snake. You must see. You must tell yourself the truth. No emotion. And then the third one is we must put down all those yeast. We must humble ourselves. Every of us are children of God. Unless we are not using the Spirit of God within us, that's the only reason you can subdue yourself to thinking that somebody else is some kind of supernatural beyond you. Otherwise, if you humble yourself and allow the God in you to work, then you will see the glory of God. And that's what I ask, dear friends. We will get home. Nigeria does not have to exist for no reason. We will be free, but we must do these things so that God will have a way to helping us while we do what we're supposed to do. God is not going to come down from heaven to do it. We must get together in order for us to be thinking right and set up ways to go. And with that, my Reverend, I want to thank you so much for what you're doing for us. Thank you very much, my brother. May God keep blessing and keeping you safe until Biafra comes and beyond.
Thank you very much, Sandewo. And of course, we keep telling you the truth. Do not forget the focus of this topic is to encourage every Biafran to look into the issue, the pattern, the strategy used by the colonial master to subjugate us to this level. And then we can be able to improvise, to understand the way forward. Not until we get there, we'll just be wandering in the wilderness like it happened in the...
As the leader of IPOB, I am a very powerful man.
Yes.
I know that very well.
Very powerful.
I can decide who lives or who dies.
Yes.
I can decide to play God if I want to.
Yes. Amen.
I have over 2 million men under my command.
And they are in Abuja now. Let us be deceiving ourselves. When you finish sharing it, it's unfortunate. And of course, caller on WhatsApp, a very powerful man. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, good evening. I'm calling from Europe, Germany precisely. Ikenobi Begon is my name. I want to make a little contribution to the issue under discourse. And that concerns, in particular, the drama that is unfolding in this Kano's rearrest. There is no denying the fact that from inception, Kano has no idea of how to restore Biafra. Of course, he has never had Biafra in mind. Everything has been a franchise. We have to remind ourselves that the Operation Python Dance that occasioned the 2017 was a plot between him and the Department of State Security Service and then the military. I am an insider. I stand on a pedestal on which I view a lot of things and I get a lot of confidential information. It's an unfinished business. Arrangement is being concluded to sell Biafra once and for all. That is the essence of this particular rearrest. Let me be candid with you. IPOB's lawyer, which what do they call him? Ejiofor, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, knows everything that happens within the Department of State Security Service. He is part and parcel of the whole plot. He knew quite well that Kano would be either apprehended or he would give himself up for this unfinished business. Prior to this rearrest, they attacked his house, wherever he comes from, he escaped. And they declared him wanted the same day. The very lawyer, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, they declared wanted, has been dining and whining with the Department of State Security Services, and today he was in Abuja. So if they declared him wanted, how come they allowed him to go scot-free? He knew what happened. So that drama that unfolded that particular time was a preparatory to what is happening right now. Don't forget that he is making hell of money from everything that is happening. Look at the retinue of lawyers he gathered. Everybody want to partake of this particular repast, financial repast from the Biafran people, from the gullible, from the innocent people. These people ganged up. The last speaker, BJB, rightly put it across. These Leviathans, they want to destroy what remains of the Biafran people. Let me also tell you, all this killing, unknown gunmen, ESN, whatever, has been a plot by the two parties. They want to make sure they weaken the strength of the Igbo people of the Biafras, that in the event of any confrontation, there will be nobody to fight for us. They want to bring us down. Is a plot. Forget the drama, forget everything that is happening. To those who don't understand, who don't see very, very well, they think, oh, they have taken our leader. It's all a lie. It's all a game. They know what they wherever it comes to, they show whatever man, they report that man. If you know who to fear, fear that man. He is part and part of the whole thing. Remember, this man can never allow Biafra to have their own independence because he has a presidential ambition in Nigeria. Forget this holier than thou posture, which he projects himself on daily basis, is all a lie. Even this Adeyanju, even what Femi Faneka, all of them are on the same boat, in the same boat. We should forget them. We have to look inward. Our problems lie. Don't forget again that since the formation of this de facto customary government, Nigeria has been, on edge. Together with their principal, who is now at their agent in Biafra land, they're trying to destroy whatever remains of us. They know what they're doing. From that very formation, they aunt their activities against the Igbo people, against Biafrans. Don't people see better to understand what is happening behind the scene? It's all a plot. They want to make sure that every plan, maybe there are some lapses, loopholes along the line, they have now gathered to make sure everything is put in place. Such loopholes will be covered and they don't have to carry out the last campaign. Remember, they are now making their last bargain, which reminds us of the St. Henry and Judas Iscariot on the eve of Christ's crucifixion. He was there. While they were having supper, he was there bargaining how much their master will be sold in the long run. This is exactly what is happening now. Don't be surprised in the long run, despite all the incriminating charges they have, the evidences they have. They will find some legal gymnastics now to get him off the hook. And then, when they are free, when he's freed, you will see that Ali Igbo shall never be the same again. There will be outright destruction. There are certain information I wouldn't like to leak, because if I do so, the possibility of knowing the source might be guaranteed. But I have to keep them to myself, unless one-on-one we meet at any time. There are certain information I gather, very chilling, very jolly. When I read some of these things, to be candid with you, people will take up answer and say, let us all die once and for all. These people want to bring us down. They have seen that the Igbos, the Biafrans, are the main stumbling block in this their final quest to deepen their own Quran in the ocean. The only way they will get at us is to use an insider, and they're succeeding. But here we are playing politics every time. Instead of us to come together and look towards one direction and have a common enemy in mind and fight how to fight this common enemy, we are within ourselves playing politics that cannot help us. Let me inform. If we don't take time, if this guy part of this particular, let me put it in parenthesis, mess, there's going to be outright destruction. Don't forget, things have gone wrong in Igbo land, in Biafra land. And let me tell you, even if this rearrest is done on a very good footing, maybe the Nigerian government mean business in prosecuting him. No matter the degree or the level of altercations from the opposing sides, there wasn't the time, because one thing I know is this: every man's blood there shall be a reckoning. Even if somebody is trying to protect him somewhere along the line, for the very fact, I have to state it clear and with emphasis, for the very fact that the blood of Igbos, Biafrans, was shed on this our land, on this earth, their own blood shall never be concealed. Vengeance, either revenge from the human beings or vengeance from God, whichever way must come to fulfillment. Let me be candid with you once again. Insofar as innocent blood has been shed on Alibo, these people are going to go in for it. Nobody tries it and get away from it. I am speaking from my own prophetic intuition. It's a gift. It's going to happen. No matter how they try to gang up against us, mark my words, they will live to regret it. I have always said, the devil has never at any given moment spared his own agent. The moment the devil has finished killing other people, enemies, he's going to face that very agent he used. Because if he doesn't take care of that agent is going to overthrow him and trust the devil. Look, we have to gather, we have to speak to ourselves, we have to mobilize our people, we have to get ready for the ready day, because there's a thunderstorm coming. Mark my word, there's a thunderstorm coming. I get this information from my privileged origin, from my privileged location, from my privileged position. I get this particular information. I am surrounded by people who know the ins and outs of what is happening within that catastrophic country called Nigeria. But here we are. We need to come together, my people. I am not bound to say all this in public, but then I am duty bound to still say a little of them. I am telling you people, a lot of things are happening, and I must warn, let us be on guard. In the last few days, of course, everybody knows that in the last months, we have been having some discussions with the United Nations, through the UNP and all of them. In the last few days, of course, I had 2 strong letters from the 2 international bodies requesting certain things from the Biafran people. 2 things which they have guaranteed that if we can supply those things within the limited number of days or time, we are going to hear something new, promising and of something gladdening. But I'm not duty bound to make it public here. There are ways I pass my own information. But all I have to say, my people, let us begin to count our chicks. Let us begin to gather ourselves, because the storm is coming. I mean it, the storm is coming. They are hell-bent on overrunning us. If we don't take time, we shall wake up one day, you discover that those awake will be shouting, those shouting will be running, those running will be crying, those crying, many will be falling down. May it never happen to us. This we pray. My brother Judge, you are doing a good job. Keep on sensitizing our people. Let us hope that they hear. And let me tell you one thing again. These people want to eliminate anything that is going to constitute opposition. When they were supposed to bring him today in the court, and then due to logistics reasons, whatever they said, they didn't bring him. They want to know more of those people who are members of this particular group, who are going to fight back in the event of this Biafra not being restored. They want to know them one by one, picking them. Look at those that went to Abuja today. How many of them came back? They want to keep on knowing those who are behind him, so that as soon as they are finished They have finished with them, getting them arrested. This man, when he comes out, there will be nobody to challenge him anymore. He becomes an emperor. He becomes an emperor. Let me tell you, if you want to be a free man, clear every opposition on the road. This is what they are doing. This end to justify their own means, we shall be in bondage all the time. We must get prepared to strike before it is late. Thank you. Let me hold that way. Thank you very much. Once again, you cannot be gone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi Ogo. Always on point. But our people will know the truth. They will understand. They don't know what we are shielding for them. That is why you can still see some hopeless, misguided sisters like Ruth Onyedeka, Onyenike, Chijoke. Evil runs in my blood. What runs in your own blood? It's a shame. All of you are disgrace. They are beating us in our own game. And these are people who cannot match us anyway, at any stage or level. And you are not ashamed of yourself. They have succeeded in sending us 11 to 15 years behind our career. But I know right from onset that you people are career freedom fighters. You allocate the money to yourself, you pay yourselves, you pay your bill. And those of us who came out wholeheartedly, you blackmail us, character assassinators. But this is the time. My target, first of all, is to invade your privacy. Nande Kano. But then, the trust issue need to be reconsidered. And so for the sake of our people, I give a benchmark. All these things, we are not going to talk about it until they bring out the right leg. Nobody will be allowed to sell the next generation of Biafra. This is one truth that you cannot hide it. And of course, go and look at how the people of Biafra, the people in Nigeria, the people of Africa were colonized with different strategy, and each of them yielded positive results. Let us be guided. And of course, we are inching closer to the end of this program. My sincere appreciation to all of you who were able to call in and make your positive contribution, because our people are gradually waking up. An apology to those who I cannot take their call at this moment. Be a genuine Biafran. Be guided and do not let anybody deceive you. Bob Marley said that 2,000 years of history cannot be, you cannot erase history of 2,000 years. It's not possible. 2,000 years of history, not to talk of about 100 years history. I will sign up from here and I say thank you to all of you who have called in. May God continue to guide us, to lead us until we get home. Ndewonu.
The Zion train is coming our
Yes, sir. This number has been calling me for so long, but I have to take it. Can you hear me? Caller on the line.
Yes, brother George Onyibe, can you hear me?
Yes, Mazen Kinjik. I didn't know you have been calling since.
Sorry. Yes, I thought you are true. I hope I didn't call you too late.
No. Go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, brother George Onyibe, and good evening to all the people who believe in the truth, who are seeking the emancipation of the Biafran people with the heart of peace, who are seeking the struggle for the emancipation of the people of Biafra with diplomacy. All right, I remain your brother, Nkemjika. Nkemjika has been your brother who believes in consistency. As a psychologist, as a clinical psychologist, I want to say a few things concerning what happened tonight, or what happened today, this afternoon, not tonight. Okay. I have some questions to ask, which I'm yet to obtain my answers. First of all, is the question of what Kanu was doing in Kenya. The lawyers claim he was in Kenya. To do what? To do what in Kenya? This is not clear.
To form alliance with Kenya to give us Biafra. Did
Kenya,
they not form with Ambazonia?
All through Kanu's broadcast, I've never heard Kenya. I have never heard, we thank Kenya government. No longer Israel, Kenya. I mean Kenya in Africa. A big question. Two, I was watching the news even now, and the lawyers were very happy. Your client didn't appear in court, and you came to the press and you are very comfortable, relaxed. You are not worried. You are not having any feeling of, we are disappointed. As a psychologist, I didn't see that feeling of disappointment. I think that points down to what the last caller just said, either the last caller or a caller before the last. I didn't see that feeling of, we are disappointed. We didn't expect this. That is a protest from these lawyers. I expect that protest, a protest response. I came to court to defend my client. What happened? You should be shouting at the top of your voice. We can't take this. What are you doing to my client? What is happening? Go back and watch the video. They were just relaxed. They just relaxed. Your client didn't come for court case on the appointed date, and you didn't make any comment that, what is happening? We don't like these proceedings. What were you saying? He's going to be out very soon. There is something fishy. This is this is mystery to me. All of them, all those wearing gowns, all of them, the so-called lawyers, you can see the excitement, the happiness in them. What are you happy for? That your client is going to remain in prison at least. Of course, the last time I checked, you are not free to do so many things in prison. Uncountable. Your client is going to go through that hardship, feed what the prison were able to provide for them, because you are not free to eat anything, like whether you are a rich man or a poor man. Okay? For the rest of how many months now? August, September, October, 3 months, and you are not worried. In fact, you have not seen him since 10 days, and he It didn't form a concern for you. You feel relaxed. So that makes me wondering. There are some truths that these people have not told us. I was disappointed myself. Not to talk of a barrister that woke up for a court case. Hey, this is a mystery to me. You woke up today and you are going for a court case for your client. And going there, they couldn't provide him. You didn't even bother whether he's dead. Is he dead? He didn't even bother whether he's still alive. He didn't even feel worried. What is happening now? Have they killed him? What is happening? Provide him. It's not. No, that one is not in your concern. You are yes. You will leave very soon. We want to see him in a very short time. We'll be giving orders to go and see him. Which means there's a pre-planned arrangement there. They are aware that this case will not hold today. They are very much aware. As a psychologist, I saw it. They are aware. When someone says something, you they are much aware. So there are so many truths that we've not been told. Not been told. Look at the protest. Look at the people themselves. The people that came there, we are happy. The people that came there, we are comfortable. That you didn't see a leader. Is that savior? Isn't that a foolishness on your part? Are you not supposed to be in a sober? What is happening? Are you not supposed to be in a confused mode? In a confused mode. Not that he's coming from house, though. He's coming from prison, detention, and he was not. They were unable to provide him. That is the period of sober. That's the period when you begin to ponder some things in your heart. What is happening? But I see the lawyer smiling, feeling like, oh, nothing went wrong. Nothing really went wrong. And another point again, you were saying before now that there is no case to answer. They were saying before now that there is no case for Kanu to answer. Extraordinary rendition. Now it's moved from extraordinary rendition to case to answer. What is happening? They were saying that there is no case. The process of bringing him back to Nigeria is wrong. Therefore, we don't have any case to answer in the court. It's no longer the same song that these legal men we are singing today. Someone should explain to me. Why are they now anticipating a court case instead of speaking about how he was brought to Nigeria? How come? Their mindset, their comments changed from speaking about, Kenya, Nigerian government, release him unconditionally. He wasn't repatriated properly. That one has passed. What they are talking about now is, yes, the case. When will the case hold? Isn't that a movement from one place to the other? So what happened within the line? So these are the things that we can go back and look at it. You can go back and look at these things. And you tell me why you went to see somebody in a place. Let me say your child. You went to a boarding school to look for a child. And reaching there, they told you that your child is not there. A child you've not seen for some time. And they told you that the child is no longer there. And you say, okay. I hope I'm going to see him next time. Without asking questions. Why is this case not holding today? If you are not aware that this case will not hold today, are you not supposed to make some curious statement? Why is this happening? Nigerian government, provide him. Have you killed him? You know, you make some comments that shows that you are worried. You heard a shock news. So that you sound like you are speaking for the government. You sound like you are part of the government. Yeah. Come on. You don't protest when you're supposed to protest. You protest when there is no need for protest. And I hear some singing. What are you singing for? Let's assume if they told you that he's not coming to court today. Can't you think about if this person is still alive? Can't you think about that angle? Why are you jumping up? What are you celebrating for? Are you okay? So these are the things. These are the irregularities that cause for some questions and some thinking, some mental work. Think, brainstorm. You see that the whole thing that played out today is not straightforward. It's not clear. There's no logic to the whole thing. Nobody mentioned Kenya again. Nobody mentioned how he was repatriated. That one is suspended. And we are talking about, okay, we hope to be in court. We are going to be in court. We are talking about things that you were not mentioning before now. Before now, none of these lawyers believe that there's a case for Kanu. None of them believe that there's a case. But today, they are telling me, we hope we can see him sooner than later. After he was suddenly announced that he couldn't be in court, we asked why. What is the reason? All right, let me stop here. These are some questions I want to bring out for people to keep meditating, keep thinking about. We play these things and hear them, be it on video or wherever. Hear this person and see from this person's comments, does he look like someone who received a sudden news? You know, when you receive a sudden news, there's a mood, a news you didn't plan. So who told you that Kanu will not come to court today? Who told you? Who informed you that he will not come to court? Because you don't look like someone who is not aware that he won't be in court today. Let me stop here. Thank you, my brother, and God bless all of us who believe in the truth.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And of course, good night from here. I still go on the pattern word to you tonight from the words of Bob Marley. 2,000 years of history cannot be wiped away so easily. So let's stop living in the prison of our own creation. Biafra will be restored. Good night and God bless you.